Hey guys, my name is Justin, and I have a young little girl that is very interested in these, as well as me. Let's be honest, they're real fun to play with, and there's a lot of things you can do with them. So, as you can see, we have some new parts that just came in for this. It's pretty much stock. I haven't done very much with it. A few home brewed mods that are really simple for a normal person to do. But let's jump into this and tear this thing apart and get ready for all these new parts that are coming in. This is just the beginning. So real quick, I'll get these wheels off. So in case you haven't noticed, all the panels on the truck were actually shaped and cut and bent by me. There is no panels on the market out there for this model, and I saw multiple different styles they have out there for the bomber, and the bomber that we have actually has a nice set on it, but nothing for the SMT10. So after about a week's time of trimming and faking it, I was able to make some nice ones that came out pretty good for this truck, and I'm pretty happy with them. They're just vinyl wrapped with some sticker vinyl, and it holds up, keeps scratches off of it, and then when I'm ready to change out color or put a different color on there, put a new piece of vinyl on there, and it's like brand new again. So the plans with this are going to be, of course, CPE 4-link, upper and lower. We're going to do a stock length wheelbase on this, and we're also going to do the CPE C-hubs and knuckles. There's already beef tubes in these axles. We're doing the CPE straight axle. Adapter or housing, whatever he calls it. The steering is not by anyone. I did the steering myself and the sway bar links. That's the front and the rear ones. So, and also these mounts I made myself to relocate the sway bar links and to be able to mount the shocks on the axle for a more realistic scale look, and also to get the shocks off the links so that I can put 4-link. So this truck comes apart actually really quickly. Always pull the shocks first, just to get them out of the way. And since I'm going to be going back into the axles on these to install HD gears and pinion, it's going to be a lot easier to do with the axles off the truck. You guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm just taking the bottom 4-link bolt out and the uppers, and I'll slide the steering servo off the axle, and I'll be able to slide the axles right off with the 4-link and the shocks attached. Side loose. Now I know there's going to be hate because I don't have electric tools and stuff that are scaled down enough to work on the smaller stuff, but you know, I enjoy doing it by hand sometimes. There's nothing wrong with doing it manually. Okay, almost got all the bolts out of here. Take the sway bars loose. moving as fast as I can, guys. Get this off here, and we'll get to the next step, which is we're looking at the transmission. I'm sure you can see here we have a metal transmission for this thing. And this is actually a really cheap transmission that you can find on Amazon. There's a couple different ones out there. This one here in particular has really good reviews and is known for, holding up really, really good. Rear axle. We'll slide that over here out of the way. Sure we don't lose that drive shaft. Okay. And now I'm going to just pull the servo off of here to give me room. Work on the axle, and also I don't need to replace the servo right now, so I'll just put it up here in the frame and let it hang out there. Oh, there's a little zip tie on here. Get that off there really quick. There's our front axle. There's our front axle, guys. Alright. We'll put this to the side. And like I said, later on we're going to be coming back to these. And I'm going to go in them and replace them with the HD gears. And if you don't know the difference, I'll show you. We're also going to put the aluminum CPP C-hubs and spindles, and we'll check on the bearings and stuff. I do plan to leave this plastic, the servo mount, just because I don't have a servo saver on this truck, and you know, if things were to get real hectic, I'd rather this break. I have servo than you know, the servo to go out. So now we'll get into the transmission here. And this is super easy to pull the transmission out of. Just 4 bolts on the bottom. Cross member here. You can see one of mine is already messed up. Very common with this plastic crap. When it happens. I mean, we're bashing on these things, jumping them, flipping them, hitting the ground wide open. This stuff's bound to happen. And you can see that bolt was a little beefed up. And there's the plastic transmission and factory 12-turn motor that it comes with, which this did go out really shortly after I got it, and I was able to make it go again just because I've worked on them before. But Axial informed me that this is actually just a Dynamite 12-turn motor, and it's exactly the same. So, but this motor's gone out. In case you guys are wondering why I'm doing this whole build now, this motor has gone out on me several times by now already, and on the others, the brushed motor is just not the way to go when you want to run in the water and mud and stuff like that. So we're going to swap this out and swap this out, and go with a brushless motor and set up, beef up the truck a little bit so it can hold the power, run it on 3S, and send it, you know. Yeah, this thing is really good still. It feels really good. It has good gears in there, but you know. So that's the truck in a nutshell there. I am going to pull the ECU out, of course. Pull the interior, everything down. It'll be down to frame, and we'll get it back together all on video, guys. Stay tuned.